ladies and men, and my non-binary friends. My name is Alyssa, and this is my YouTube channel. Those of you who don't know me, my name is Alyssa, and today I'm going to be doing the Get to Know You tag. So, this is kind of my first inaugural YouTube video, as I'm trying to put out more content, so welcome. But in order to kind of kick things off for my YouTube channel, I'm going to be doing the Get to Know Me tag. So I've compiled a list of questions from some stuff that I asked for people to ask me on Instagram, and then I also have some Get to Know You tag questions, just to sort of get to know me, who I am, what up. So yeah, I'm going to be going over those in just a minute. Here we go. Okay. So, like I said, I kind of compiled a list of questions from the regular Getting to Know Me tag, and then also I asked on Instagram if anyone had any questions for me to answer, like Getting to Know Me questions, and so I kind of have a list of things from Instagram and then just Getting to Know Me tag. So, let's get started. Okay, question number 1. What is your full name? My full name is Alyssa Morgan Texera. Middle name is Morgan. Not super hype about my middle name because there was this really mean kid who was a really rude boy in elementary school named Morgan who used to bully me, so ever since then, have not been a fan. However, Texera is a dope-ass last name, and I am fully here for it. So, Alyssa Morgan Texera, that is my full name. Where did you grow up? I grew up in the Bay Area, San Jose, California, the 408. What up? What up? But yeah, I grew up in the Bay Area. I spent a year in Chicago doing a theater program there. Shout out to my Chicago homies. I love you, I miss you. But yeah, I spent a year in Chicago after high school, and then I came back to the Bay Area. I lived in San Francisco for a little while, and now I live in San Jose again. Okay, what is your star sign? I am a Gemini. Please don't hate me. I know what you're thinking. She a bitch. Geminis are awful. I promise not all Geminis are shitty. I like to think I'm not a shitty Gemini, but I've definitely met shitty Gemini, so I fully understand why people are like, fuck a Gemini. But yeah, I promise I'm not a really shitty Gemini. I mean, I guess it's up to you, but I like to think that I'm not a shitty Gemini. So, there we go. Are you single or taken? I am single and ready to mingle. Yes, ladies and men, I am ready for you to come slide into my DMs. So if any of you young, attractive men or women out there want to slide on into my DMs, I wouldn't mind. Unless you're weird and creepy, then don't slide into my DMs. But yeah, I am single. I am ready to mingle. So, okay, what is the last song you listened to? Hold on. I have to look on my Spotify. It will tell me what the last song I listened to was. Okay, the last song I listened to was Bury a Friend by Billie Eilish. I'm fucking obsessed with Billie Eilish. She is incredible. 10 out of 10 would recommend Billie Eilish. Yeah, I got into Billie Eilish because I have a really dope friend who her family does these listening parties where everyone brings a song and then according to a theme, and then everyone kind of plays their song and we all listen to them. It's super cool. So the last listening party I went to at her house was the theme was Songs That Blow You Away, and someone played Billie Eilish's Zanny. And I was just like, this shit's dope. I gotta hear more. So I'm really into her album When We All Fall Asleep, Where Do We Go? I haven't really listened to her previous album that much, but I'm trying to dip into it because I really like this album. But what I like about her is that she kind of changes a lot. She doesn't stick to one, sort of thing. She's very weird, and I like that. I love weird. I'm into that. So yes, Billie Eilish's Bury a Friend. That was the last song I listened to. What is your favorite feel-good song? My favorite feel-good song is basically anything Lizzo has ever written. That bitch goes off. Literally, Truth Hurts, Soulmate, Tempo, literally any song by Lizzo, that shit gets me going, gets me pumped. Good as Hell is my alarm clock in the morning because it's so good. It gets me up and I'm like, yes, queen. Feeling good as hell, so that's my alarm clock. That should say what my favorite go-to feel-good song is. I fucking love Lizzo. Okay, this is something that someone asked me on Instagram. what is it like having a blind and deaf dog? So for those of you who don't know, I have an adorable Australian Shepherd puppy. His name is Cash. His rapper name is Cash Money Millionaire. And he just also happens to be blind and deaf. Yeah, I love him very much. He is the light of my life. He is my son. But yeah, so like I said, he is blind and deaf, and people often ask me kind of, what is that like? And to be honest, it's really not like super different from having a regularly able dog. I mean, yes, he has a lot of quirks, and training him and all that is a constant thing. It's a lot, I'm not gonna lie, it's a lot of work, but it's so rewarding. Just like with any rescue dog, Cash was a rescue. I got him from a rescue called Family Dog Rescue in San Francisco. They're an incredible rescue. If you're ever looking to get a dog or you want to donate or volunteer somewhere, I would recommend that because they're such an incredible rescue. Cash was abandoned as a baby because he was blind and deaf. And he bounced around to a couple different shelters, and then he ended up at Family Dog Rescue, and that's where I found him. And I like to say that, like, look, if there were a cuter dog, I would have gotten that dog, but there wasn't a cuter dog, so I got Cash. And it just so happened that he was blind and deaf. Having a blind and deaf dog is, you know, it's definitely, he can't play fetch, so there's that. But other than that, I love him so much, and I might one of these days do like a whole video about Cash and sort of my story with Cash and that sort of thing, because he's a good dog. And there's so much to say about Cash because he's a quirky guy, but we love him. So yeah, that's what it's like having a blind and deaf dog. When you were a kid, what did you want to be when you grew up? So I wanted to be a Broadway star. Growing up, I did musical theater my whole life. I was a theater kid. I still am a theater kid. But yeah, I did musical theater. I loved it. I still love it. I do shows whenever I can now, but my life has kind of gotten like super busy with other things, and so I can't really audition for shows all the time. But yeah, I did musical theater growing up, and so when I was a kid, I wanted to be a Broadway star. I looked up to Sutton Foster and like Liza Minnelli and all the queens of Broadway. I was so obnoxious as a kid. Like any chance I got, I was like, everyone, watch me perform. But yeah, that's what I wanted to be when I grew up. I also, for like a little bit of time, and like still low key, like I wanted to be an astronaut, like because that shit's sick and like being in space would be dope. And like here's the thing, is if I were like good at math and like science, I would so be an astronaut. I'm small enough to do it. Like, yeah, I would be an astronaut. That would be sick. Do you have any tattoos? Yes, I do have tattoos. I have 2 tattoos. I have one on my side right here. I would show it to you, but that means I have to take my top off, and this is not that kind of video. But yeah, I have one right here. They are Alyssum flowers, because my name is Alyssa, and the flowers are Alyssums. I got that on my 21st birthday, and then recently I got, on my 22nd birthday, I got a new tattoo. I can show it to you because it's on my ankle. I don't know if you can see this shit. Oh! I don't know if you can see that, but it's basically like the symbol of Venus, the like girl sign, and then a lady fist, like with like red nails and the words girl power. Yeah, because I am a feminist bitch, so yeah. So I kind of want to get a tattoo like on my birthday every year because I got this one on my 21st birthday, this one on my 22nd birthday, and I want to get one like consecutively on my birthday every year. This is because though, if I like had it up to me, I would get a tattoo like all the time, and I feel like I need to wait in between a year's period of like wanting something before I like fully commit to like getting it. So that's why I have the rule about on my birthday every year I can get one. But yeah, that's I want to get my tattoo on my birthday every year. So yeah. Okay, what do you nerd out about? Oh my god, so many things. I am such a nerd. Okay, yeah, so, okay, firstly, history. Fucking love history. Not just like regular, like the stuff you learn in like school, but like, I really love like weird and odd historical facts. I think they're like so, because like, you don't learn about that shit in school, and like, so many crazy things like happened in history that like, no one ever talks about. Like, the 1800s. The 1800s was a buck wild time, y'all. Like, I don't know if you know, just look into it a little bit. It's crazy. I listened to this podcast called The Dollop. It's an incredible podcast. Basically, each week, this one comedian tells this other comedian a story from American history, and they're just like crazy stories. So yeah, it's a really great podcast. I've learned a lot of interesting things about American history from that podcast. But yeah, I really nerd out about history. And honestly, just like useless knowledge in general, like I'm a huge fan of. That's why I feel like I'd be great on Jeopardy. Alex Trebek, I'm coming for you. One of these days, I'm gonna be on Jeopardy. I'm gonna fucking win thousands of dollars. But yeah, I would love to be on Jeopardy. But yeah, that's sort of the things I nerd out about. I definitely nerd out about like musical theater, because like I said, I'm a theater kid. I also nerd out about space. Space is dope. Don't even get me started about space. That shit's fucking insane. Okay, this is one that I also got on Instagram that I think is kind of funny. It's, why do you care about periods so much? Okay, so for those of you who don't know, I run a chapter of a nonprofit organization called Days for Girls, something very near and dear to my heart. Days for Girls is trying to eliminate the problem of period poverty throughout the world. We create sustainable, reusable menstrual hygiene kits for people without access to menstrual hygiene products. I could do like a whole video about Days for Girls and the work I do with them. I might one of these days. But yeah, I really give a shit about period poverty. If you don't know, period poverty is basically the issue of menstruators not having access to period products. It's a lot more common than you think. People often think, well, that's probably a problem abroad, but it's also a really big problem here in America. Again, I could go on a huge rant about this, but that's why I care about periods so much, because periods are a natural biological function, and people who menstruate should not be held back by this biological function. So yeah, I could talk to you forever about that, and maybe I will one of these days, but that's why I care about periods so much. Okay, this is the last question. I also got this one on Instagram, and I feel like the person who wrote it, like, probably, like, meant it in a more condescending way, but, like, I'm not gonna answer it in a condescending way. The question is, why are you starting a YouTube channel? Okay, so I'm starting a YouTube channel for a couple different reasons. One, because I feel like I got a lot of shit to say, and, like, I wanna say it, and, like, I feel like my therapist is tired of hearing it. So I did what any millennial would do, and I got myself a camera, and I'm gonna talk straight into that, and hopefully some people will care about it. But like, here's the thing, is that like, I fully like am aware that like, probably a lot of people don't give a shit about what I have to say. I'd say the majority of humankind doesn't care about what I have to say. But I'm gonna say it anyway, so fuck you. Another reason I started a YouTube channel is because I really like the idea of just having like videos documenting, you know, my life and sort of where I am at throughout my journey of life. And so yeah, I think like keeping like a YouTube channel and like sort of chronologically dating and keeping records of like where I am in certain points in my life is a really cool idea. So yeah, that is why I'm starting a YouTube channel. Okay, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed my getting to know me tag. If you like this, like it, subscribe to it, comment below, smash that subscribe button, y'all, if you want to see more from me. And let me know, like, if you, like, what kind of things you want to see. I sort of have, like, a backlog of things that I'm, like, planning to make as videos, but if you have any cool ideas that you're like, I want to see you do this, Alyssa, then I might just do it. But yeah, again, if you are here at this point in the video and you've made it this far, I appreciate you for listening to what I have to say. Thank you guys so much. I hope you enjoyed, and have a good day. Bye!